Welcome back to Bookview TV. We're talking this week with Wales-based business author Andy Pope about his new book, Business Networking for the Bewildered. He joins us from his office in Barry here in South Wales. Now, Andy, we spent the first segment talking about what networking is or is not, some of the do's and don'ts. Let's dive in now to where are the best places to network. And you say networking can happen everywhere, and I live my life by what someone once called the 3-foot rule, and can remember pre-selling a $5 million telecom contract on an airplane flight. That's very rare. So where are the best places to actually network?
Yeah, one of the key things is not to start networking. It's always be networking, if you like. The person you're speaking to may not be the one you need to talk to, but everybody knows other people. The 6 degrees of separation is often mentioned, but I think here in South Wales, it's about 2 degrees of separation. Everybody knows everybody else. So you really are talking to a lot of people when you talk to one person. So you can network essentially anywhere you are. It depends on your confidence, and you can't just plow into your predetermined spiel. You know, you've got to just talk to people, find out if they're willing to have a chat about business, and if they're not, just let it go. It's not important at that point.
You know, sorry. Okay, no. You raise a point about, not launching into your selling spiel. Why is it that this is such a difficult concept for people to understand, that, that it's so important for you to establish a rapport with the person you're talking with, and that it may take a little bit of time? Why do people here seem to always want to go immediately for closing the sale?
It's strange. They do the same with actual sales as well. You have the 5 stages. You have the rapport building, you have the establishing values and what the other person wants. And then you might look to offer them a solution. And it's the same format for networking. Basically, you have to establish rapport to see if they're willing to talk about it. In an organized networking event, you can make the assumption that people are there to network. But at other events, like business talks and things like that, seminars, they may not be willing to talk. But you can still make friends and build rapport with them, because you may meet them later. I don't know why people dive into it wholeheartedly. You wouldn't do that at a party, I don't think. I would hope not, anyway. You won't get invited to that many parties, I think.
Now, I'm already getting a rash with this next question. Organized networking groups. I have very little love for them, but you say they can work. So do your best and convince me here, Reverend Pope. You have the podium. You have the pulpit.
Well, I have to say right now, I'm not connected with any organizations that do this sort of thing. Personally, I like them, but I prefer the smaller groups, and I like the groups where I see the same people sort of every month or every 2 weeks. I have built a lot of good friendships and business relationships once you develop that trust. And many of these people are now in what I would call my level C networking group. It's fair to say there are an awful lot of groups out there. And I would say to people, and I said in the book, beware. They are for-profit organizations. They're not really there to help you. Helping you is a byproduct, and it's up to you to get the best from them. But they are for-profit organizations. Do your research. Check very, very carefully first. Ask and see their client list. They will all promise you the earth as to who they've got there and the valuable contacts they've got. Do your research. It's too late once you've paid money and you're stood there talking to a bunch of other people who are not of any use to you by virtue of the fact that they don't know who your ideal clients are. If you're looking for Fortune 500 companies, don't go to the little micro business events. You need to go where your ideal client is. You can do the research, you can find these places, but make sure you do it. Otherwise, it's very expensive and very dispiriting. So, I've had my moments too. I started off with a group that wasn't suitable for me, and it was quite painful, if you like. Keep going every week, and you just know things aren't working despite your best efforts. So yeah, I've been there. That's part of the reason I wrote the book, was to help other people avoid this. And there's lots of different types of organized event too. Not every event suits every type of business. Some are suited very well to trade-based businesses. Consultants don't generally do very well there. Some demand referrals every week, which you can't always do. But I believe there's a group for everybody out there if you do your research. and take advantage of the free offers to show up as well.
You were talking about your ideal client and how, people don't know who your ideal client is. And someone once said it's not the people you fire who make your life miserable, it's the ones you don't. You talk a lot in this book about ideal clients and matching your network to them. What about the clients from hell? When should you fire a client or a customer? By that, I mean, is any piece of business from networking worth the end time, effort, result, and sacrifice on your part if it's going to be an ideal situation?
No, absolutely not. I agree with that. If you've actually got these people as clients, it's back to the 80-20 rule, isn't it? You get 80% of your business or 80% of your income from 20% of your clients. The rest, quite often more trouble than they're worth. Authors like Alan Weiss have talked about this all the time, and it's fantastic advice to drop the low value clients, if you like, and the high maintenance clients. They're just not worth your time. It's the same with networking too. If you agree to follow up with people and you're having endless follow-up meetings with the same person and they're not really going for it, I'd think about not bothering personally. Your time is better spent on the 20% of targets that are going to give you 80% of your money. It's known as the Pareto principle.
So it's making correct stop investment decisions as well as investment decisions.
Absolutely. I've talked in the book about checking return on investment from networking. Networking is just one marketing tool among many. That's all it is. It's a marketing tool. If it's working for you, great. If it isn't, I would recommend you actually drop it and try other marketing methods. It doesn't work for everybody.
You talk about your networking mindset and having the right frame of mind. Now, clearly, I have difficulty with structured groups, but you make a comparison in this book to being an athlete and the preparation they go through before races and things of that sort. How is this the same for business networking?
I think it's the same for any business activity. In fact, any activity in life, really. If you get yourself in the right mindset, you're going to do well. You're going to get what you want from it. And to do this, you need to establish, first off, what you do want from these things. Once you've established that, or set your goal, you can then visualize how you're going to achieve it. This is what athletes do. And sometimes they get so in the zone, as they call it, that basically everything works. And I found myself going to networking events where everything just clicks and you start to get the contacts you want and you start to get very good conversations with people. But it's about believing that it's going to happen like that. If you believe you're going to have a bad day, you'll probably have a bad day.
Self-fulfilling prophecy there.
Absolutely. We usually get what we wish for, whether we want it or not. So, yeah.
How important to you is this idea of follow-up, particularly, after these events or as part of these groups, and why is it so important?
Follow-up is networking, really. Otherwise, you've just gone for a nice cup of coffee and a bread bun in the morning, and you've just met some nice people, and it's been absolutely pointless. If you're rich enough to do that, and you just enjoy spending time with people socially, that's great. But it's not really business networking. What happens when you follow up? That's key. That's when you're likely to make sales. That's when you're likely to make collaborative partnerships with people. That is essentially networking. But you have to make sure you follow up very, very carefully and very well. You don't want to start wasting people's time.
Well, we're going to be following up more with Andy Pope when we return with part 3 of our interview. We'll talk about the heart of networking, and that's translating features into beneficial results for the customer or the client, and those practical how-to steps of taking that most important step, the first one over the threshold of your own front door, just to get out there and just do it. We'll do all that when Bookview TV continues. Stay right here.